Hello everybody and welcome back to Robert's Reviews. Today is Thursday, which normally means that we would be doing, what is Thursday? Is that Quentin Tarantino? I think it's Quentin Tarantino. We would normally be doing Quentin Tarantino by now, but unfortunately, I'm taking a break from that for like 2 weeks because I've got other stuff to do. Like this series, which I started yesterday. It is only a 2-part series, but I decided to do it now because the new movie's coming out very soon, so I'm very excited to watch the new one. But today, we're going to be talking about the second movie in the series, which is Kingsman, The Golden Circle. Kingsman: The Golden Circle was released in 2017, which is a 3-year gap from out before the first one came out. I don't know if this was actually planned. I'm assuming it wasn't planned and that they just kind of were like, oh, the first one did really well, let's make a sequel, which I'm okay with personally. It was written by the same people, so it was written by Jane Goldman and Matthew Vaughn, and directed by Matthew Vaughn. So the same crew that did the first one did this one, which is interesting because I don't think it's quite as good as the first one for a couple reasons, and like it's not bad. Like it's still rewatchable and watchable. Like I liked it, I will watch it again, but it just doesn't have quite the charm that the first one has. No spoilers, of course, but the general idea for the plot is that we pick up from where we left off with Eggsy being, you know, a spy now, and you know they're kind of like doing stuff. It's very cool, very fun, and then everything blows up, and they're like, oh no, bad things are happening. So then they go to the States, which, you know, I hate when UK stuff does that, where they're like, oh, well, we're in the States, and it's just like always awful. I hate it so much. And then Channing Tatum's there, and Mark Hamill, and essentially they have to team up with the Statesman to kill this person named Poppy, who is like doing this thing. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, to be completely honest with you. It's very choppy. It's very much like a Bond villain. It's very like, this doesn't make much sense, but we're gonna do it anyway. Ha ha ha. Basically, she laced all the drugs with another drug, which will kill everybody unless they let her release the antidote. But she won't release the antidote unless she can be like president of the United States or whatever. It's dumb. It's really not. It's not great. It's really not great. But there are still good parts of the film, and I think that the good parts are with Eggsy still, and not even, I think, with Harry. I think Harry's character is kind of like, ugh, and I think they just kind of like, they really just wanted to use Colin Firth again, so they kind of edited his character to make it so that he could be alive again. It's not great. I honestly didn't really like that. I kind of wish he stayed dead. Even though I love Colin Firth, I think he's great. I think it was really annoying to have him in the film. But, you know, Taron Egerton's still fantastic. He's absolutely hilarious. Very, very funny. Elton John's in this movie. He's great, too. Love Elton John. Mark Strong plays Merlin in this. He also played Merlin in the first one, but his character just gets so much better in this one. Like, Merlin is the true hero of this film. I absolutely think he's great. Mark Strong actually has decent chops in this film, which is not normal for me from what I've seen of him. But to be fair, I only know him from, like, Ant-Man or whatever he was in. He's not great, but in this, he's absolutely brilliant. He's freaking hilarious. I think he's wonderful. I had a great time with his character, and I love his character arc so much. And we had Julianne Moore as Poppy. I'm not a Julianne Moore fan as much as most other people are. I know she's great. Okay, I get it. She's wonderful. She's an award-winning actress or whatever. I don't particularly care for her that much. And in this, she just doesn't work for me. I don't think she does well in a villainous comedy movie, especially compared to Samuel L. Jackson from the first one. It's just not as good. And I really wish that they, like, kind of worked out the character a little bit more to make it feel less Bondy. It just feels very James Bond movie villain, and it's not good. It's really not good. It doesn't work well with the comedy we're trying to go for, or the seriousness we're going for. It doesn't hit any of the bases. It's just kind of in the middle a little bit, and it just does not work for me, I think. And Pedro Pascal, who plays Agent Whiskey, I think his character's cool. I just hated him. I also just, like, hate Western films, and he is a very big Western influence in this film. I just don't care for the character very much, and that's, like, really the main issue, is that I don't like a lot of the characters. I like Eggsy. That's kind of about it. That's, like, the only person I actually have a care for in the film. I think that the comedy's a little weaker. I think the action's pretty good. There's some gruesome parts, but I think the action's still better in the first one. Although I like that they kept the same, like, feel of it with the lower frame rate and with the centralized action. I think it works very, very well. I hope they continue to do that. I don't know. I didn't see anything in the trailer for the Kingsman about that at all. So I'm hoping they continue to do that. I don't know if they will, but I really sincerely hope that they do. The comedy and the action together work better, I think. I think that is the one thing that got better between the two movies, is they were able to intermingle both of them a little bit better. Whereas in the first one, it's very separate. Like, we had action, comedy, action, and it worked great. Here we had some comedy action, and it worked well. I think that they're actually developing a very good system for integrating both at the same time, which is extremely risky, especially for a film that is deliberately separated. But I think it is working quite well for them in this film, which is unfortunate because like it's really the only good thing about the film that I really enjoyed. Besides, like, the general plot's fine, and I don't hate it. I just don't really care about the villain, which is why I don't like it nearly as much as the first one. I still like it. I'm going to buy it on Blu-ray, and I'm going to watch it again. I still think it's worth a watch. I just don't think it's quite nearly as good as the first one. So I'm going to go ahead and give Kingsman: The Golden Circle a B+. Have you watched the second one or the first one? Drop in the comments below if you have, and if you liked it, if you didn't like it, what are the pros and cons of both of them? I want to know what you guys think. I love talking to you guys, so definitely consider doing that. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. We got some awesome stuff coming, and like, you know, it just keeps on going. We're just plowing along through all my series, so if you're interested in watching any of those, definitely consider subscribing, liking the video, sharing with your friends, and as always, keep watching movies and television, stay educated, and I'll see you guys in the next video.